way, but I'm going to keep them locked in. It's either a spider or a mosquito. It's about 1:20 in the morning. Ready to head into bed here for a little bit. Just thought I'd pop up. Boy, that lens is dirty. Excuse me for a second. You know better? Looks like it. No more little floaties on my screen. Apologize for that. Thought I'd just bring you all out here for a second. Getting distracted. Squirrel! That's the part that came off the 63. That was the busted doorstop. Anyway, my mind's kind of fuddled right now, a little tired. Just thought I'd come out here and take a moment and just talk about the channel a little bit. I'm going to go to what I hope I can support will be a twice a week upload. So rather than me filming a bunch of stuff like I've been doing with all the trucks and the car and all that stuff, and then just I'd usually put them one after another or space my day apart, I think I'm gonna go to like a Saturday and a Wednesday release, and I'll throw some extras in there just as extra things come up. I've been watching the analytics, and my channel is dying. Viewership has dropped way off. My subscriptions keep just creeping up. I know YouTube wants me to do all the social media stuff. I don't want to do that. They actually sent me an email a couple weeks ago I should say, about my thumbnails are lacking. I was like, I actually tried to go in and make a couple of thumbnails, take a still shot and put the big flashy, clickbait type wording across it, but I couldn't get it to work. I put the words in there and I'd get it all angled and, looking cool, and then I would move to the next thing and it would chop half the words out, and it would just, I don't know. You try to expand a little field that the wording would go into, and you get it all to work right, and then you'd, click on something else, and again it would delete it or whatever. So I just got frustrated on that. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Just keep uploading as I have been. But we're going to go to, like I said, I'm going to shoot for like a Wednesday and a Saturday. I've got a bunch of stuff scheduled. I shouldn't say a bunch. I've got 2 videos this week. I think I've got Saturday and Sunday. And then I think I've got two for next week into the following weekend. So we're into August now. Got a few projects I'm going to be working on the rigs, so that'll get me some stuff to push out for another couple of weeks. So rather than, and I don't know why, but I've always thought that I do something, I film it, I get it uploaded right away. Don't really need to do that. You guys still get to follow the story as it goes. We got speeders out there again. So I'm just going to start spacing them out, because that's one of the things that is supposed to help with the channel growth and viewership, is just more consistent uploads. And that's kind of one thing that I've lacked on. So with that being said, got an update on the cruise coming. A bunch of people are asking for that. I think that's later. Is that this week? I think that's this Wednesday's video, if I remember right. Did the big Good Guys car show this last weekend with Kevin. We drove down there. That was kind of a warm day. Crowded. A lot of people there. Had a hard time getting photos on some of the really nice stuff. Just too many people around it. So, but there's about a 3.5 minute video showing up with that. Some short little clips and then some pictures interspersed there. So hopefully that's enjoyable. I guess the cruise to Colby is later this summer, like September. I need to look into that. Usually it's in May, end of May. Memorial Day. I think they're doing a Labor Day weekend this year. I don't know if that's going to be the new schedule or just because of the pandemic they just had to get something going. So I look forward to going to that. because that's the one where you can sit on the street corner and all the cars drive by you, so you get to hear them. So, good guys. We caught a couple of them cruising by, a couple of nice Lopi cams and whatnot. Also, talking with Kevin, we went kind of talking about the old race cars that we had done up a couple of years ago. That was way back in 2018, 3 years ago. I haven't done a whole lot with a lot of that footage. We were going to do this little race series. He had a Toyota Camry, I had a little Mitsubishi. My Mitsubishi was a turd. Had lots of problems. It had been wrecked, and I bought it cheap, brought it home. We put a Honda radiator in it from the junkyard, and wound up playing around in the rain one afternoon, and I didn't see him as we were pulling off that little track that we've got out at his place, and I rear-ended his Toyota pretty hard and blew the other radiator out, and that was kind of the end of that. But well, I've got some footage that I put a couple of videos together. They're going to be coming out, I think, next week. And I've got a few other things that I want to try putting together. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but that will get you some stuff to watch there. And I think what I'm going to try with those, so I've got two of them coming up. I've scheduled them. One's a burnout competition between the two cars, and the other's a little tug-of-war. Just short little videos, like they're both under 3 or 4 minutes. The other stuff that I do, I might just chop them up into short little videos and use them as filler. I think this weekend I might have a Saturday and Sunday, and I think I scheduled it for next weekend too. And I think through next Wednesday. So I've got a week and a half worth coming up. They're uploading right now. So I think that's going to be the new schedule. So at least Saturday and Wednesday I'm going to shoot for, as long as I have something to put up. I don't think I'm going to subject you all to the Driving to Work series again. Although I may do one of those a month or something, but I don't know. You guys are pretty well caught up. But we got a few things to do. Seat on the 84, and I got a couple things planned for old Cletus yet for this year. The Jimmy backfiring pretty bad through the intake, so it's going to have to get a full timing reset, and hopefully that takes. And try to do that idle air control valve reset process. The olds, did talk to Kevin about that. We got to come up with a plan, because I'm going to need his help on that, but he's got a couple of projects that he's working on, plus another buddy of his that's kind of got a project that's stalled out there, so I don't think we're going to see much on the olds this year, unfortunately. Although the one buried behind me there, I need to get that passenger door off, and but I got to do some clearing over there to get the space. So maybe that'll be an olds video. Get that door off, because that's a good door, and the door that's out at on the other car is damaged. Just want to swap those two. But that might be about the only olds video you're going to get for this year. Other than that, not much going on. Just kind of plugging away. It was a nice weekend. Didn't do a whole lot today. Just got a lot of sun, and I guess it was crowded. $34 for lunch. Oof. That was 2 hamburgers and two hot dogs and 2 lemonades. $34. So, sure glad that show only comes around once a year. But yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to yak at you about. Nothing really important going on in here. I want to get the Polaris pulled out and suck the fuel out of that tank as well. And somebody at work was looking at a couple when he came across one of my videos, so he had to give me a hard time about that. And I'm kind of tempted just to see if I can throw it up on Craigslist and get a few bucks out of it. Because what he was looking at, I could be making a few dollars off of it, but especially if I'm not riding the darn thing. But I should probably at least do an oil change and put some fresh fuel in it. But otherwise, I think that's going to do it. Just a quick little update, 10 minutes worth. And yeah, anything exciting happens, we'll bring the camera out, and just don't expect a whole lot of live right now type stuff. We'll just kind of schedule things as we go. So that'll keep the ball rolling. So, alrighty. We're going to hit the power button and shut this thing down and get this uploaded tonight, and we will see you all when we see you.